So what was it about this story that made you want to tell?
Oh, well, this is a story that we've been talking about for like 15 years, basically since we started making films together. It was a dream of ours to make a film about gauchos, and like all of our films, we start it and we don't really know anything. It's really just an idea. It's a curiosity, and then we go on these adventures and start exploring and start meeting people, and the film develops very slowly over many years, but it was really just a curiosity to learn what it means to be a gaucho, and as we continued filming, we realized what it means to be a Gaucho Gaucho, and that means that's a true gaucho. It's somebody who is a gaucho through and through.
And not a poser. A gaucho's a poser. Yeah.
Well, all right, so black and white seemed to be the only decision you could make. Force it. What was it about black and white? They said, it has to be a black and white.
Well, you're mistaken. It's actually called Beautyscope. Some people in the past have said they've done black and white, but we call it Beautyscope. We spend a lot of time testing different things when we get to these worlds. And what we do is we don't come to a world and start filming. What we do is we first just spending time there. So in this case, we drank a lot of box wine that was warm. We had a lot of goat meat, which was really enjoyable. And but we wait for the world to speak to us, to tell us what it wants to be. And once we kind of we asked our colorist to send us a black and white LUT, and we said, okay, let's take a look at that. Once we had it in a viewfinder, everything kind of just made sense. All our filmmaking is pretty intuitive. If it feels right, then we kind of go with our gut.
Now, last question is, what did you learn that surprised you through the whole process? Something you really didn't know about the Gaucho Gauchos, and wow, that was interesting.
Well, on a film like this, it's 2 years of filming, so you learn many things. I mean, I think one of the things, just because we're here for the ASC Awards on the cinematography level, we learned that the sun is very harsh in this region, and it really had a big impact on the way that we shot, because we wanted this world immediately when we were there. It felt kind of like a dream to us, and we wanted the film to feel like a dream, so that we realized that we were only going to have a very short window of shooting every day when we were outside. So we only shot in the morning before the sun came up, and we shot in the afternoon as the sun was going down, but it left us about 45 minutes to shoot every day, and especially when you're making a documentary, that time becomes very precious. So it was a very unique way of capturing this world, but it was a response to the very harsh, high altitude sun of the Calchaquí Valley.
Is that something you enjoy? Like the idea, every time you make a documentary, there's a new obstacle. You got to do something you never had to experience before, and figure out a way to do.
Well, what we didn't realize is that when we got there, Gregory just want to talk about obstacles. Gregory had to fly 36 hours from Stockholm. I flew 12 hours. We get to Buenos Aires, take a 4-hour flight across the entire country of Argentina. We get in a car and a pickup truck and drive 4 hours over treacherous roads where 5 inches would just set us down and die 2,000 feet down a cliff. And then we arrive there, and there's 3 gauchos and 5 horses. And we're like, okay, now what? Those are for us. So you have to learn how to ride a horse 9.5 hours in 95-degree heat up a granite cliff. So that was a little unexpected. But then, after that, for the next 3 weeks, you walk like this, which is a problem, So that's an obstacle.